Guys, so we're seeing Red Sparrow today. Let's see how this is.
We can't trust a word that comes out of her mouth.
There's something else we're not seeing. If she's compromised, she will be eliminated.
What have you done?
You belong to them. They'll never let you go.
I'll find a way.
Alright guys, so I went ahead and I saw, there was really nothing in theaters that I haven't seen. I could have watched Black Panther again, but I'm just gonna be fair. I already saw that enough. And so I just want to go see the new Jennifer Lawrence movie, Red Sparrow. Not exactly a movie I was anticipating. In fact, I wasn't even all that sure if I was gonna watch this in theaters, but here I am reviewing it for you guys. So in Red Sparrow, we have Jennifer Lawrence, who plays a Russian ballerina who breaks her ankle, and then from there her career is basically ruined. So she decides to join Sparrow School, which is a school where she has learned how to use her body as a weapon against people, and then she gets assigned a mission, and then she does that mission. Again, not exactly a movie I wanted to watch, but it actually turned out better than I thought it was gonna be. Right off the bat, Jennifer Lawrence is great in this role. You are very invested to her character because she does such a good job with her character, and maybe my complaint with her character, or at least just Jennifer Lawrence in this movie, is her Russian accent that she has in the movie. It kind of takes you off guard sometimes, but after about 30 minutes after hearing her talk, you have a Russian accent, you just kind of get used to it. I thought Joel Edgerton was damn good in this movie. Maybe his character could have been better, but for what he was given to work with, he was very good. Jeremy Irons, on the other hand, he was very disappointing in this movie. He was just wasted in this movie, and I just kind of forgot about his character because he's barely in the movie. Now, the problem isn't really Jeremy Irons here. He's a good actor. He was okay in this movie. It's just I was just disappointed how wasted he was in this movie. Probably only 5 minutes, but anyone else could have played him. But his character had a purpose to this movie, and his character actually had a purpose to only show up for like 5 minutes into the movie. So therefore, I'm fine with his character. I'm just again disappointed that they wasted such good talent with Jeremy Irons in this role. Now, this movie has a lot of potential controversial stuff. It has a lot of rape, a lot of sex, and I didn't really expect that from this movie. I mean, looking at the trailers, I should have expected it, but I thought it was going to be either just censored or just not be shown, but it was shown in this movie. I watched this movie with my dad, and I'm just saying, this is definitely not a movie that you may want to watch with your parents, nor the family, because you're just going to be sitting in your seat and you're just going to be awkwardly embarrassed for kind of bringing your family into this movie. I brought my dad into this movie because he wanted to go to the movies, and again, he already saw Black Panther, so here we are, Red Sparrow. But yeah, definitely not a movie to take the parents to at all. I saw the direction this movie was heading for, and it did go there, but the thing here, it's just the story. The story itself, it's a good story, and just the way it's told, I wasn't a big fan of, because this movie could get really complicated and very confusing, and you have to pay good attention to this movie to get every twist and every detail, and it was just a really hard movie to follow, which is one of the biggest problems with this movie. The story just wasn't all that clear, but again, I thought the story was good. It just, the way it was portrayed in the movie, I don't know, I just wasn't a big fan of it. And then this movie tries to kind of tie in politics as well into the story, and it just makes the story even more difficult to follow. I'm just saying, it doesn't help that this movie is nearly 2.5 hours long. This movie did not need to be 2.5 hours long. You could definitely feel that runtime. In fact, it feels longer than 2.5 hours long. It feels like 3 hours. It was really hard for me to sit through this movie because, just because of how much the story, how much confusing the story can get, and especially for that 2.5 hour runtime, It's a really hard time to sit through this movie with how difficult the story is. And I'd say that about an easy 10 to 15 minutes could have been cut from this movie, and it wouldn't have felt like anything was missing, because a lot of scenes did kind of feel like filler in this movie. But it's 2.5 hours long, and I just have no idea why. We'll give the movie a little bit more credit that there is a unpredictable turn of events in the story that I didn't really expect, and the movie did a really good job at not giving it away or not making it predictable. And not only that, but the movie also takes advantage of the R rating. Aside from the nudity and the sex and all that, it does have a lot of violence, and I was actually kind of satisfied with the violence in this movie. There's barely any action in this movie, and that's mainly because the movie is story-centered, but maybe it could have benefited from a little bit more action, just because of how boring the story could get sometimes, and you just kind of need some entertainment in this movie. And not only that, but this movie's also a bit forgettable, but at the same time, I'm not saying it's a bad film. I'm just saying it's just kind of in the lines of it being okay and mediocre. So I'm just gonna say that it's fine. Red Sparrow, I think you go on a matinee, or you could just simply wait to rent this movie at Redbox or Netflix. I'm gonna give Red Sparrow a B-. So yeah, not exactly a movie you need to rush out to go see in theaters, but I do still think it's a movie that you should probably give it a try, especially if you're looking for something that's really story-centered. I think this is probably a good movie for you to watch. Yeah, Red Sparrow, it's a fine movie. It has a lot of problems, but it was fine for what it was. Better than I expected, so that's good. But yeah, have you guys seen Red Sparrow? If you guys seen it, what did you guys think about it? Tell me in the comment section down below. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.